Nonku, Nonku, Nonku. Nonku is a very layered character. Just when you think you've reached a conclusion about her, a new episode starts and you come to discover a new thing about her. Watching Nonku feels like being on a seesaw. One week I'm agreeing with her, the next week I'm not. This week though, I'm here to say, I understand Nonku. I get why she's so unfiltered, and I especially get why she is so vehemently defending herself against the lady's accusation that she has a drinking problem. As human beings, we all have emotional needs that need to be met by ourselves as well as the people we do life with in family, relationships, and friendships. The most basic emotional needs are security, attention, intimacy, autonomy, community, privacy, meaning and purpose, as well as achievement. We all have these needs, but in varying degrees. So for example, one person's need for privacy might be a higher priority than their need for achievement. Unlike food and shelter, these needs are intangible, but they are just as important as any physical need. Most times, they are more important. While observing Nonku, and especially watching her with the other ladies at the end of JoJo's Jochella party in the last episode, I get the sense that for Nonku, the need for attention is one of her higher emotional needs. And some of the ways that this has been demonstrated before is through her love for social interaction and positive feedback from others. For example, when Nonku threw her Spring Has Sprung party on episode 1, one of her motivations was to impress the ladies. As well as last season, after her wine launch flopped, she invited the ladies back to her estate for a game of golf, followed by a wine and food pairing session at her home to redeem her image from that event. And look, Nonku knows how to entertain. Now hear me well. When I say Nonku has a need for attention, I don't say this to mean that she is an attention seeker, but rather what I mean is that being heard, as in acknowledged, understood, and validated, is seemingly a high-ranking emotional need for her. This is the reason why she is so outspoken and easily prone to emotional outbreaks. Nonku has stood firm on the word that she does not have a drinking problem, and numerous times we have seen her defend herself on that matter. Her outbursts, as it pertains to the drinking matter, as well as the child damages issue, arise from the frustration of not being heard by the ladies and having to subsequently repeat herself time and time again. The problem is that the other ladies do not hear her, either by way of interrupting her while she speaks or by dismissing the things that she says. And as such, an important emotional need of hers is being neglected. The need for attention is linked to the desire for validation. So when the ladies do not acknowledge what Nonku is saying, it can make her feel as though she is invalidated and unseen in that moment. And if that persists, it can eventually lead to an overall sense of rejection and loneliness. In a journal report titled Social Isolation Associated with Depression, a case report of Hikikomori, published by the International Journal of Social Psychiatry, Dr. Alan R. Teo is quoted saying, "Humans are wired for connection," meaning that we seek acceptance and support from others, either one-on-one or in groups, such as clubs, professional organizations, or online communities. In the absence of these connections, we fall susceptible to states of ill-being, such as clinical depression. A well-known and commonly cited American psychologist by the name of Abraham Maslow came up with the theory of the Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. This theory suggests that people are motivated to fulfill their most basic needs before they can move on to attain higher, more advanced needs. This theory is presented in a pyramid form. The lower a need is on the pyramid, the more basic it is. But one cannot attain the highest need on the pyramid without meeting the lower, more basic needs on the pyramid. Therefore, in order to attain self-actualization, which can be defined as the full use and exploitation of one's talents and potential. So when we look at Nonku's behavior from this lens, We see that she is not just unrefined, a blabbermouth, and unfiltered, but instead we gain a better understanding of why Nonku is the way she is, because her behavior makes more sense when it is interpreted from a human behaviorable point of view, and that makes her slightly less objectionable, ever so slightly, and much easier to identify with. But that's just my take on Nonku, and I am interested to know yours. So let me know in the comments if you think that Nonku's behavior throughout the season has been justifiable, or do you think my girl is just wildin'? You know how we do. Keep it clean and keep it friendly in the comments. You are watching If I Start to Talk. This is Awande Zwane, and I will see you on the very next video for some more commentary on the Real Housewives of Durban Season 2. Until then, be good to yourself, and I will see you on the next video.